Welcome to my Let's Play for this early access survival game called Star's End. And I want to start with a big thank you for all your comments and feedback. Very much appreciated. And I can really take on some of your points, especially where those of you who posted comments about how slow the crafting process is going to be. And I have to admit, I do completely agree. I think this whole idea of having to stand around when you craft things and you can only craft things one at a time will work against the game in the long term, and I think the devs will need to refine that over time. But having said that, it does come with the caveat, the fact that this is only just been released into early access, and I can think of one or two other games, I won't mention them, that had a few issues with crafting when they first started out, and eventually they got round and they refined it and improved the process. And it also spins back to the previous video where I was talking about making a furnace here, because I was assuming that the furnace was the beginning of the production process. It's not actually. The beginning is, if I go to components and show you concrete, is the iron refinery, which you can't build. You've actually got to take your items to the iron refinery, and then what you can do is when you get the base material, so if I go to here, there's a bit of a glitch. I had that a couple of times where you get a drop down and it just sticks, and then you've got to come back into here. I'll show you here, like to make the base ores like copper, you need the ore refinery, but that kind of breaks down a little bit when you get to the metals, because what you get is iron, which is needed for other components in the crafting bench, and the furnace is made from ore in the ore refinery. And then what you actually do here is the ore is then used to make iron bars. But if I come across here, you will see that there's a metal bar here that needs scrap metal, and that there seems to be a slight difference with how the actual process works, and I think that may need to be refined over time, although you can also put scrap metal into the furnace. So I think the furnace is the key way forward. Now what I've also done off camera is I've put another storage box in, and that storage box has now contains all my main resources. You see I've got 11 scrap metal and some concrete, flint, I've got some iron ore. We're just going to pull that out because what I want to do in this part is we're going to go over, I will take the graphite ore with us as well, and sulfur ore, because what I want to do is start refining some of this items into ores so that I can start making there. But the most important thing is I do need, if I go back to here, sorry I keep flashing backwards and forwards, if we go to building, not building, tools, I show you here, what I need is 8 concrete to actually make this furnace, because I think a furnace is going to be quite a key step in the process. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the usual excitement of making mining down some ores. We're going to do, I'm just going to knock down some ores if I can. Yeah, so we're going to mine out some rock. I've depleted that rock there. The other thing I also did is I deliberately waited a long time before I came back into the game to see if my horse would still be there. And it is. It seems as almost if you leave the horse near your base, it will stay. And what we're going to do is we're going to head for the refinery. But at the same time, we're going to stop and pick up some rocks on the way through. But then again, I probably don't want to get too close to refinery too, because there's those creatures there. Maybe we'll pick up some more rocks here. So just vehicle expire in 48 hours if left unaccompanied. Yeah, I just want to. It's quite interesting. Also, if you ride the horse, it actually resets what you've selected on the toolbar. So we're just gonna. Oh, we got some flint. Right, got some more flint. I didn't get exactly what I wanted from. I'm just gonna just quietly plod across the surface. Yeah, another rock here. So just going to get nice and close. Jump off again. No, this isn't particularly that exciting, but it's got to be done. Oh, I keep forgetting. Must admit, I would really love the hotbar to be displayed permanently so you can actually see what's on it. I think the other thing I've also noticed is that if you mine in rocks, you can actually be pushed backwards a little bit, and then that takes you out of range of the rock. I mean, I don't know if that's maybe the effect of me, the way I'm handling the mouse, but it does seem to happen sometimes. I've got quite a lot of iron ore. My horse. I'm just going to jump on it. Or the vehicle. And we've got 8 iron ore. We've got 12 rock. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but I think we're going to go with that. And we're just going to ride for the refinery. There's a little bit of sulfur there as well, so maybe we'll just stop off and grab some sulfur as well. I'm interested to see what else is in the sulfur rocks. Again, we're just going to have to press 3. Well, we're getting rock from this rod as well, and more rock. Oh well, we're not going to go short of rock. And we've got some sulfur ore as well. Okay, got some 3 sulfur ore there. Just going to jump back onto the horse. Seems to be a lot of horses in this area. I do wonder whether this is an intentional starter area. Let's just get into the refinery. And what we'll do is we'll ride round to the ramp. We can bring the horse up onto the refinery itself. We're just going to... There's the ramp there. It's the last time I visited this refinery. We had a slight encounter with the local bugs. We can just, about to say, park the horse here. I suppose what we do is we just let the horse, I mean, they're very well behaved. They don't have to be tied to hitching rails. So we're just going to go to the refinery and use the refinery. And you can see we've got the blueprints here. And of course, oh, we need 3 rock. Oh, we may not have enough rock. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to turn the rock into concrete. I'm just going to have to keep punching it here. Again, this is one of the downsides, is you can't put multiple items in. And of course, you've got to keep the inventory open as well. Yeah, we're not going to have enough rock to... I didn't realise we needed 3 items. So it's 2 iron ore to 1 piece of iron. We'll turn that in as well. We're just going to keep punching this out. Crafted. That gives us 4 iron. And also here, so it's a similar ratio for sulfur. Oh no, it's 4 sulfur. Why won't it? Requires iron refinery. Wow. That actually converted very quickly. So quick I didn't even see it. And taphrite ore into tarphite. I might as well convert this while we're at it as well. Yeah, that all converted very quickly. I'm just going to punch out this. We need 3 concrete for each one. I'm just going to come away from the iron refinery and have a quick look at what we need for the tools. So we need 4 more. So we need 4 more concrete, which times 3, which means we need 12 rock. We'll just leave the horse here. There should be enough rocks around here. Just have a quick look. There's some rock over there. Maybe not. Where? Maybe just hanging around here too close would be a problem. Right, let's just move this way a bit. Actually, if we go towards Clayton Town. Actually, how much have we got in the way of credits? Oh, what did I do there? Yeah, you've got these buttons here, which help you display things a bit more logically. Though I must admit, I do prefer this. I'm actually getting used to this now. It was a little bit disconcerting when we first started to use it, but it is growing on me. There's no rocks here. What on earth is that noise? I can hear a noise, like a grunting noise. Is this a new creature? Okay, maybe it's the horse. Maybe the horse is complaining. Okay. Let's just go looking for some rocks. We need 12 rocks. There's a water tank there. What we can do is stop off the water tank and fill up some bottles, get a bit more water. There's a couple of rocks around here as well. There's one just there as well, so maybe we can just dismount the horse here. RF over. Okay, 48 hours. So we're just going to get in here, get nice and close. Okay. This has actually got a workbench on it. That could be useful. But the other thing I want to see is whether any of these items here, which we visited before, regenerate. And it looks like they might. Grenade pin. So there could be some advantages in going back and checking items afterwards. We're getting a little bit more scrap cloth. Anything else up here? Yeah, so that might be an advantage. And what we're going to do is just get here, close to the water tank. I've got some empty bottles here somewhere. And we're just going to fill up with dirty water. I think we'll do. This seems to be going a little bit quicker than it was. I'm sure that was a bit slower. I think we'll just go down to 10 bottles. That's it. Just going to check the scrap. Nope. Oh, what have we got here? These must be random drops because I'm sure these wouldn't have been here before. I actually picked up some arrows. Any more random drops around here? So we've now got arrows. 2. Well, an arrow is an arrow, and it may come in useful eventually. Any more rocks around here? I keep wanting to push F5 to use the personal drone. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have a personal drone. One depleted. Oh well. grab some plant fibre while we're at it. Then I walked into it. Not seeing any more rocks around here just at the moment. So how many rocks have we got now? 9. We don't quite have enough yet. And it'd be really cool if you could rename the horse as well. I mean, that improves the immersion. But again, I think that may come with time. I think also you actually get an improved view from above as well. So there is an advantage there. This looks like salt. I'm certainly going to take advantage of this. And where's it gone? There it is. Just going to sulfur. Flint. I'm getting everything except... Oh, got salt at last. I got 3 salt out of that. There's some rocks over here. Must go and check out, well, see whether my spaceship is still there. It says it belongs to me. Okay, that's another rock done. What we're going to do is grab some more, a couple of these, just for luck, and I'll be right back once I've collected them. Okay, I think I've got a bit carried away with the rocks there, but one thing I have noticed is that there is no marker for your horse. So I don't think you really want to leave the horse somewhere where you may not be able to find it later on. So it may pay to, when you're using a horse, is to make sure you stay close to it, or if you put it near like something like a shack or something like that, which is a prominent landmark. And I've just, okay, let's get back to the refinery. And I'm just going to have to ride all the way around again. So we're just going to come here. There's the entrance just there. I'm terrible with horses. Horses and motorbikes. Right, we're up here again. I'm just going to jump out. Yeah, 48 spoiling hours expires. Just want to check to see whether there's a specific point on here, or whether you just, or whether you. All I want to do is just have a quick check to see whether there's a specific point, or whether you just got to get close to the core here. It looks like you've just got to get close to the core, so we're okay. I'm just gonna. You can see I've got 26 ore rock, so let's turn this into concrete, because concrete's also a building material, so it's going to be something that's quite useful. I think probably another enhancement here would be to have an option to maybe convert scrap into these resources, or maybe in the furnace you can convert scrap into iron as well. I mean, that might be an enhancement. So we've got 11. Do the final one. We haven't yet found any copper. I'm just gonna take this, knock this out as well. That's that out. And just have a quick check, make sure, so that we don't have to come back. Tools. We've now got more than enough concrete, and I've got the scrap back at base. So what we're going to do now is just go back out here. We're going to return to our claim. And oops, pressed the wrong key. Keep trying to steer the horse using the mouse. we're going to head back to our claim, and I'll see you once we get there. There's the local bug uglies there nearby. So here we are coming back to my very rudimentary shack. And we're just going to get the horse up and just put the horse about here. Yep. Ignition off. I can't get over that. Oh, got to turn the ignition off on your horse. And what we need now is we come here, and what we want is the scrap metal. I knew it was there somewhere. I'm just going to drop the scrap metal in there. And what we should now be able to do is craft the furnace. I'm just going to knock out the furnace. We got the furnace. And I think we'll probably put the furnace out here, just underneath this piece here. So, oh, that looks a little bit different from what I was expecting it to be. We're just going to put the furnace about there. It looks a bit like an old-fashioned stove. I'm just going to wait. Use furnace, yes. Ignite the device with, oh, so we've got to actually ignite it as well. That's interesting. Okay. Use. Luckily we don't have to put fuel in it. We can now make nails, and I do want to make some nails, so we're going to craft some nails. That's only a second a nail, that's good. And what else can we make? We can make metal brackets. Oh, what else? I don't think we've got any need for. And most of this only needs. You can see this is what I was saying about the. You can craft a bar, but I'm not sure what the bar is used for. And metal sheet, so it's almost like you've got metal sheet there, iron sheet there. So you've got two types of sheeting. Two types of bar, which could cause a bit of a conflict when you're trying to make things. I think what we're going to do is just going to push out the nails, because the nails are part of what you need to build your shack. As if oh, come on, jump up there. Yeah. Because if I now get some wooden planks out, we've got some wooden planks. Bring some planks over, and I don't know if we got an already building. No, all crafting. Building, and what do we need here? We've got plenty of nails, we just don't have enough planks now to make some more walls. And we need a door frame, which means we need a metal bar. I think I've got a metal bar, so we need logs for the bar, the door. So let me just see if I pick up the logs. I've got some logs in here. And I'm pretty sure I've got a metal bar as well somewhere. I've got an iron bar, but not a metal bar. So if we go back to the furnace, wait. If we make a metal bar. And got logs, and then if we go to crafting, building. Okay, what am I short now? So we're short logs. So I'd have to go and chop some. Got logs we got there. Requires workbench. Ha! Yeah, sorry, not paying attention. So, so if we can come over here and all that, we should be able to get a door frame. Make a door frame. And I suppose we can make a wooden door as well. We've got plenty of nails. Actually got a wooden watchtower there as well. Oh, that's cool. Okay. And what we're going to do is we better place the. It won't snap. Oh, there it is. It will snap there. Probably pick this up eventually. We've now got a door, and why won't my door fit into? Oh, this is going to be frustrating. What's the door? Let's just pick this up. I want to pick up that. I want to pick up this. Why can't I pick up this bit? This is the furnace in the way. Looks like I've got a problem here. Because this won't pick up. Maybe we're just going to have to have a bit of an open plan. Or, I've got the place the window back. And if I make an extra panel for this here, I have enough resources for that. Wooden short wall. Okay, we're just going to craft that. Okay. Get out of that and place. That's another short wall. Okay. Well, at least it looks symmetrical. Oh, can open the door. So you can only open the door if you're a member of the clan. I suppose someone will be able to jump through here. And I can't pick these up. Well, we'll probably end up rebuilding this anyway in concrete. So it doesn't look particularly that good. But then at the same time, as long as it keeps... I mean, it's not like we need to keep out the element and we need oxygen or anything like that. So I think this will work, and then maybe in the field for that. Wow, that's cool. I like that. Oh yeah, that is really spectacular, having the planet with the rings around it and good old Lieutenant Diesel up there. And maybe going forward we'll put a roof on. I mean, at the moment I'm quite happy with this open plan type living. We've got a door. I'm assuming that the door is really more important, so for multiplayer, where you can try and keep people out, because although I'd guess that there's probably a way you can hack through the door. In fact, out of just curiosity, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but obviously can't destroy your own property. Well, maybe not. No. I'm assuming that if this was like somebody else's base and we weren't a member of the clan, you could probably attack the door or something like that. Okay. And close. So we've got a door with a little bit of open plan living there. We've got a furnace now, so we can build more. We've got a campfire. I'm getting low on water, so we better use this. So it looks very much like you need 2 bottles of water to get a full replenishment. Food is a little bit low as well, so we'll have some solar noodles. And I've just noticed the time. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, let's just open the door so we can go outside. But maybe go out and do a bit more exploration now, because I think I've spent 2 videos on the crafting, and I know it's not very impressive, but I think we've now got a handle on the basics. I think it's probably quite important to have a furnace to turn the raw materials into something that you can work with. And I think probably another consideration, especially when you're starting out, is being close to a refinery. But this is where I'm going to leave it. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.